here we are live on the floor. It is REMI 23. It's the show. Metro Toronto Convention Center in Toronto. Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to Industry Insights, part of the REMI network. And as you may or may not know, it is a great series featuring amazing experts in all kinds of areas of discussion right here in the REMI world. Today will be no exception. You'll see. Meanwhile, I will tell you, please subscribe and even send us a message if you like. And if you'd like to be notified every time a new episode comes out, hit the notification button. That's the bell above us right here on YouTube, and you'll be notified when a new episode is available. All right, here we go. Now, I am super fascinated. One of the first things that I noticed on the floor here at the REMI Show 23 was the advancements in technology. And I'm delighted to have with me Jeff Harada, probably one of the leading minds in finding this technology and putting it to use here in North America. Jeff, thanks so much. Candroid Robotics.
Yes.
Right, Candroid Robotics from right here in the Toronto area,
yes.
then?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you have a fascinating story. Tell us a little bit about how you guys ended up in the robotics industry.
Right. So we're not your typical Jansen or equipment company that deals with cleaning. Our background and history has been in real estate. We own and manage residential and commercial buildings. And so for us, it was a matter of looking at technology to improve or enhance what we had already. And that involved, everything from greeting robots, delivery robots. We're looking at technology for accessing doors, all kinds of stuff. And throughout the years, we experimented, bringing lots of equipment in. I like to say we're the proud owners of all kinds of equipment, some of them as big as a car almost, and they're just wonderful, expensive paperweights today.
The journey to finding the right technology. It sounds to me like you guys were in early days on the bleeding edge of trying to discover what would be out there.
I think so. We, especially when it comes to buildings, we knew what was happening worldwide. We followed technology quite closely, and we noticed from some of the shows and events where cleaning robots were going. And that's where, we were looking at even greeting robots to start out, but we realized the market for that was relatively small. And here in North America, it's not as widely accepted as it would be in Asia or in Europe.
Yeah.
So we saw a niche for cleaning robots. And we experimented with some. We finally landed with Gaussian Robotics, as we were extremely impressed with their equipment, with its capabilities, and nobody was selling them in North America. So we took the opportunity to begin to sell their equipment.
What was some of the first robotics that you sold, and what were the purposes for them?
Started with floor scrubbers. Floor scrubbers, huge demand for them. We realized in Canada that at that time, pre-pandemic, staffing levels were quite good. It was a market we thought definitely was open to bring in robotics, but we underestimated the marketplace. We had three challenges we had to face from the very start. The first, we were introducing robotics.
Again, a whole new way of thinking, not just purchasing.
Yeah, we knew there was going to be some obstacles to that. But that was the first one. The other two we didn't anticipate as much, and that was we were distributing a company, their equipment, Gaussian Robotics. Nobody knew who they were. They'd only been in existence for a few years at that point in time, and when you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment, perhaps, you want to make sure the company's going to be around.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then we were Candroid Robotics. Again, we weren't a cleaning company. We weren't an equipment company. So again, we had some obstacles of credibility we had to deal with.
And now it seems that you guys are sort of the first option on the floor. Everybody visits, and you seem to be the leader in this field. Certainly at this show, all of the technology that is gleaming is over at your booth. So now let's understand how this operates a little bit. You talked about how the technology's advanced. What happens when you get one of these pieces of technology? You just put it on the floor and hope that it goes to the right spots to clean? And what are some of the capabilities of the machines specifically for cleaning?
Sure. That's one of the fundamental differences on equipment that's out in the marketplace is that when we go into a facility, we actually map out the whole area or whole floor of an area. And so in this convention center, for example, we would map out the entire area here, and that gives us a number of advantages. So those advantages appear as we set out cleaning paths. In other words, how do we want specific areas to be cleaned at any particular time? Because one area may require more intense scrubbing, more vacuuming, different types of settings.
The top of the escalator needs a different kind of cleaning than just 30 feet the other way.
So based on that, we want to make sure we customize the cleaning for that particular area. But now we have the ability to join all these cleaning paths together so I can clean the entire area, each area with a little different setting. And things
without
like that
having to stop the machine,
That's
re-equip
right.
the machine.
Exactly.
What about the environmental concerns that revolve around cleaning nowadays and the zero net approach to operating a building?
So we use lithium ion phosphate batteries in the equipment, and that gives a longer charge time, rapid recharge times compared to most lead acid or gel batteries, which you typically charge overnight. We can get up to an 80% charge in literally as 45 to an hour and a half time. So
that's amazing.
So you're out on the floor again cleaning quite quickly.
And also this must lend itself to some savings on the labor force side of things, especially at a time where getting labor is a challenge in itself.
Right. So post-pandemic now, I'd like to say we're post-pandemic.
Oh, let's say so.
So we're seeing some definite openings now for our equipment. More people are accepting of robots, number one, but there's a huge manpower shortage. And some areas aren't getting cleaned the way they should be cleaned. The advantage you have with robotics, you get consistency and you know what's happening all the time with robots.
Jeff, be honest with me, because it feels prohibitive to get into this from a pricing perspective. Is it sensible from a cost perspective to launch a robot in your business?
It is. We've typically done a lot of analysis of equipment, and the return on investment can be anywhere from 20 to over 60%, depending on what you're utilizing already in the facility itself. So there can be massive returns on it.
Okay, since you are the seer of the future, if you don't mind, on technology in this category, what's next? What do you see in the future?
There's lots happening. Technology, got to keep abreast of what's happening all the time. So some of the enhancements we're looking on equipment right now is we have security adaptations to equipment so it can patrol and monitor what's happening. We can integrate the system with a dashboard that tells you about how the workloading is going, assignment of work, auditing functions. We're looking at new robots that can clean bathroom areas and toilets. It's air quality sensing. It's almost limitless in terms of what can happen with technology and what we're looking at now. And
this is going to seem like a small thing, but before we go, I want you to know you use less water and less cleaning materials. If you're in the cleaning business, you know that's a big deal. This pays for itself in a short time.
That's right. Thank you. You've heard my spiel earlier. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I just remembered thinking that. Wow, that is there in itself is a cost saving. Listen, where can people reach out and find out more information?
Website is www.candroidrobotics.com. And we're based here in Toronto. We have a toll-free number. It's 833-226-7643. And we'd love to help people out and show them the way into robotics.
Jeff, I really appreciate it. Candroid Robotics.
Thanks, Mike.
Wishing you a bright future in robotics.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. This has been Industry Insights, and we'll catch you next time right here on the REMI Network.